Hi HD Mafia, it's your girl Hazel Dior. Today's video is going to be why I don't work a 9 to 5 job and just talk about that experience. I don't work a 9 to 5 job because I feel like I'm too good to work a regular job. I exceeded the limitation of what I can bear. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a boss, and most importantly, I'm a queen. I don't feel like queens should work under people. I feel like it's a good thing to do at first because you got to start from somewhere to build your way up. And I'm self-employed currently, but I'm not at my maximum height. What I'm doing currently is sex work. I'm an escort. This is a job for me, it's not a career. People always want to throw in their 2 cents and say stuff about get a real job. Why should I have to get a real job? Who is I'm pleasing by doing that? Is I supposed to get an award or something? Oh, it's 401k plan. Baby, that's what savings is for. It's basically the same. I don't need a 401k. I can make my own 401k. And like I said, this is not a career. You guys need to stop thinking what people do currently in their life is a career. Just because you look down on it, that does not mean that I look down on it. If I didn't want to do it, I wouldn't be doing it. And I'm not forced to do what I do. It's by choice. And I'm going to do it until I feel like I'm ready to leave. I gave the workforce industry a good 10 years of my life. I worked a 9 to 5 job for at least 10 strong years, if not more. I worked it at 23 different jobs, literally lots of places. Walmart. This is not in order because that's a lot of thinking. I worked it at Myers, Walmart, Cracker Barrel, Michael's Arts and Craft, Babies R Us, Toys R Us, McDonald's. I worked it at a college, a rug store, I can't remember the name. I worked at an apartment complex. I was supposed to be the cleaner, but the supervisor turned me into a maintenance person, which is I wasn't even qualified. You had to go to college for that type of stuff and take up classes. I was working that job and doing it. I was painting, I was refurnishing the whole entire apartment. Like, people get evicted or move out and they have all their shit. We'll throw everything out, clean the apartments, like make them brand new. Any electrical problems, we fix that. Baby, from cleaning the refrigerator from inside out. I was the more feminine one in the 4 of us group, so they thought I was the perfect candidate to clean the entire kitchen, the sinks, the cabinets, the refrigerator, just mopping, cleaning, and all of that shit. That was, oh my gosh, that was so hard for me to do because I have OCD and it's something I've been dealing with. Sorry for the lighting back there, you guys. I'm actually going to get all the way into this YouTube shit. I'm actually going to do the backdrop thing. I'm going to do the background, like change your background to like the thing we're talking about or change it to something different. I have to learn all of this stuff because I don't know how to do nothing but edit a video. So yeah, that was what we basically did for the apartment. Other places I worked at, have you guys been counting? Because I did not count. I don't know how many jobs that is so far. My dad cleaning company, Dow Chemical. It was a corporate office. I worked there doing cleaning. I had several of cleaning jobs. Honestly, I can't even remember it right now. But I had several of cleaning jobs. I did not know it was going to be this hard for me to remember all these places. Once I became self-employed, baby, I just said, fuck all that. I did not care to even remember the shit that I used to do. I used to remember everything in order. I just remember it was like 22 jobs. And honestly, it could have been more than that. Oh, you guys, I forgot to add in a video, I worked it at a lot of factories. I worked it at Magnum Mirrors, L&W factory, a box factory, Sherman painting factory. Sure, it surpassed 22. One time I was on my way to this factory and I didn't have any money. It was supposed to be my first day. My mom Western Union me $25 so I can get some boots. It was a requirement to work this job. I went to the Salvation Army and got some cheap old boots. They was like raggedy as fuck. They was like broken apart. I'm like, oh. So I put them on, proceeding to the job about 3 p.m. The boots started breaking apart. Like they were literally mud boots. They started breaking apart just like it was mud breaking apart. It was down to the soles. Halfway to the job, I had to throw what was left of the boots in the field next to me and turn around and go back to the hotel room I was living in. Sacrifices that I have made to work these jobs, I don't want to hear shit about working a motherfucking job. Bitch, I already did that motherfucking slavery and I'm not going back to it. 3:30 in the morning to get to a job at 6 o'clock in the morning. I gotta walk 2 hours and have 30 minutes left to punch the clock and warm the fuck up in the middle of a winter storm that I did for 7 days before I decided to say fuck it. Walking places, 45 minutes there, 45 minutes back, an hour, there and back, hour and a half, there and back, 2 hours. Bitch, one time I even walked to a whole entire another city. That took me 4 motherfucking hours to get to, and that was my last day at that bitch. Sacrifices. What the fuck would you have did? What would you do? You wouldn't have worked with them bitches, would you? I was living in a hotel room by myself, paying $300 a week at these hotels. I couldn't miss no money, no paycheck. If I didn't like a job, I said fuck it. I had to be up on it to get another fucking job. And I did that to be self-independent. And I could have moved a couple hours away back home to my parents if I wanted to. But I did that because I wanted to be independent and grown and on my motherfucking own at the age of 20. Don't come to me about working and this and that, bitch. I have fucking did all that. It's not my fault that I'm not finna be working a 9-to-5 job until I'm 70 years old. You graduated school, right? You got your high school diploma. And whether you go to college or not, a little job or whatever to support you. So it could be McDonald's, Burger King's, or a retail store. That's just a job for you. That's not your actual career. That's totally fine. Some people it's not meant to be leaders. Some people are just meant to be workers. And that's totally fine. I'm not bashing nobody. I can't tell nobody what they should and shouldn't do. It's just how I think. So all these naysayers out there that have a lot to say about like I'm just some lazy ass bitch. I didn't gave the 9-to-5 industry all the fuck I could. I was a hard motherfucking worker. If you was to go and check my references and call the managers, supervisors at these places I worked, they would tell you I was one of the best workers they ever had. I was working hard for these people like a slave. And each and every time when I was a teenager, before I even started working, I've been wanting to become an entrepreneur. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to do this job shit. I was thinking of everything in the world, what I can do that I don't have to go and work for somebody. I like having my own schedule. I like doing what I do. I like doing whatever I want to do when I want to. I don't like to be told what to do. I don't like to be controlled. It's not about working. Oh, just excuses so you don't have to work and be lazy. It's not about being lazy. Because in order to be successful and run a business, you can't be lazy. You have to be a hard worker. So you can scratch that shit right there because it's nothing about being lazy. Get a real job. I mean, what is a real job to you? I don't give a fuck about the credentials of it at this point. It's about my money. And that's the reason why I left. McDonald's and Delta College was the last jobs that I worked at. working two jobs at a time. And I worked two jobs at a time several of times. Talking about putting in 16-hour days, 18-hour days. Hazel did that shit. And you know what? It don't really matter, because what you did in the past is just a memory, right? I mean, like, it can be on your resume. Depends on what you do, it can make an impact, right? But I did those hours, blood, sweat, and motherfucking tears. Do I get a certificate or reward for being a hard worker? I didn't just do that for 2 days out the week. I was doing this shit for a long time to be able to support my living. When I quit that job, they didn't give me no certificate and say thank you for being a hard worker. So you guys looking like, oh, you know, you doing this and that and that. But baby, this wasn't my life before. I was a square ass person, just like a lot of people, just doing regular shit. I mean, working a regular job. So honestly, it don't even matter what the fuck you have did, because you're not going to get no cookie or no reward for the shit. It's just going to be a faint fucking memory. Unless it's something very impactful, it won't be celebrated or remembered. I can stop doing what I'm doing, go and get a corporate job, and go and work for the corporations. What you gonna say? Will I get a reward for going back and doing what normal people would do? No, it really doesn't matter. So do what the fuck you want to do, and be the best at it. Because honestly, people just talk. It has no real power to what these people saying. It's just talk. Get a real job. Bitch, I had real jobs for a long motherfucking time. And guess what? It don't really matter. Some people work regular jobs because, you know, you got bills to take care of. Some people have career plans and they're working to support their living until they able to finish school or come up with a plan or money saved to start their businesses. Some people don't even have a plan, don't even know what they want to get out of life and do. But if you're the type that's working a regular job and you like, damn, I want to be on my own schedule and be self-employed, but damn, I don't know how I'm going to do it. How would I? You just don't know. You're like, damn, it's not for everybody. You know, if you want to be self-employed, you got to have a reason. Why do you want to be self-employed? Because you're lazy and you just don't want to get up and go to work. That's not why people become entrepreneurs. This shit ain't easy. It's not fun and games to be an entrepreneur and be self-employed. It's actually harder because you don't have anyone to assist you and direct you and tell you you need to do this, you need to do that. If you don't do this, you're going to fail. You don't have guidance. You have to guide everything that you do. And no, I don't have a business as of yet, but I'm self-employed and I run shit like a business.